Kitten. Hi everybody. I'm late. I'm super late. I'm like 10 minutes late. And there's not any mailbag today anyway, but I didn't mean to be late. I meant to sit down and have a chat with you at the proper time, which I did not do, and I apologize. I've got every kind of excuse, but really what I was doing was shopping for a replacement part for one of our sinks, because everything in this house now all of a sudden is just exploding. It must be us. We must be the problem. I don't know. Maybe we just can't own a house. So yeah, I don't know. We had a plumber come in yesterday because we've got a leak in the sink in the kitchen, and we've got another leak in the bathroom, like the hall bathroom. And then this morning, DJ's like, "Oh yeah, another thing in the kitchen is broken. The like the faucet hose. You know how some faucets have the spray hose that pulls out for like spraying down your dishes. Well, ours has one of those, and now it's leaking. So if you turn it on, the water sprays out of the hose, like the hose was full of holes, which it must be, and it goes everywhere. So that's also a giant pain. And the faucet appears to be just old enough that they don't actually make or sell the part anymore. Although I found a place that still stocks them, and I ordered one. It's going to be here in a few days, so that's exactly what I was doing. That's what made me late. And I thought I had enough time, so I looked at the clock, and I had like 3 minutes, and then I just went through a very quick process, and then I was 10 minutes late. So that's the way it works. Thought I smelled something funny in here. There is a poop over there on the floor. I want to clean that up, but I guess before I go clean that up, so I went over to the post office. I got us a post office box. I want to share that with everybody, but the lady at the post office, she made it sound like there were some serious problems if people wanted to send stuff, say, to Kitten Academy, because they're really strict about names. And I feel like I've heard that at the other post offices and it wasn't a problem, but I'm not sure. And on top of that, she also said if you send your mail to the address that it's supposed to have, it's going to get sent in like a big loop through the postal system and take longer to get where it's going. But if you put it on a completely different address, it will get where it's going to us right away. And I know she's probably right. She would know what she's talking about, but that just is so weird. It's hard for me to go along with. So my point being that I'm going to give the post office box information to everybody on Discord today. I will post what I know on Discord, and I will say you're taking your chances. If you want to send us something, fingers crossed it gets to us in due time. She didn't say that anything would get returned or wouldn't get to us. She just said if you use this address, it might take longer. I'm going to suggest that people use this address and don't use the one that's supposed to get to us faster. But I'm going to let you guys choose. I'll put it on Discord. And then once we've done it on Discord for a week or two and we start to realize how things are going to work, then we'll share it with everybody. I know there's got to be plenty of people who aren't on Discord who do want to send us stuff. I think the best thing you could send us is yourself. Join us on Discord. You don't have to. Sure, it's not for everybody, but it's a lot of fun. I know everybody's got their own Discord now. We were doing it before. It was cool. But it really is the best way to sort of connect with other people who also love these kittens and who are really nice people who probably are going to like you too. So I think that's the best thing that you can do for yourself if you are, if you want to sort of get involved. That's the way. All right. Look at this. I've got an entire lap full of kittens. These guys are so good at this social thing, aren't they? So good. Yeah, but I have to get up, kids. How am I going to get up? I have to go pick up that poop that your mom, for some reason, didn't put in the litter box. I think the little kitten litter box must have thrown her off. Has to be for mom. It's too big for a kitten. Maybe one of the big kittens could have done it. Nah, it's too big. There's no way. Stinky in here with that, though. Oh, boy. No, don't go. Well, that's it anyway. Nothing else to share. No other news this week. Nothing big going on. The house is falling apart. I'm fixing it. That's basically my life for the last 6 years plus now. Speaking of which, when the plumber was in yesterday, I asked him, all right, so what's it going to take for us to get plumbing run out to the annex building? Because I think that's something we just have to do. I think if you have this place and you have that building, it's just one of those things, it's like like why do you climb the mountain? Because it's there. It's why do you put plumbing in the annex? Well, because it's there. Like you just got to do it. That space is just too valuable. So I talked to him about that, and the short answer is it's going to cost a lot, a lot, a lot. Yeah. I think it's worth it, and we'll have enough money to spend on it if we decide to after we sell the house in Connecticut, which, by the way, is probably being listed right now as we speak. They just had the photographer out, so it may already be listed. So once we sell that house, we will have the money that we would need to run plumbing out there. It's just going to be a question of whether that's where we decide to put that, I guess. I think it would be nice, though. Because that gives you the option of having that be the workout space that it is now, but putting a shower over there, which would just be brilliant, having water, and eventually turning it into possibly an in-law, suite for somebody. Once you've got the plumbing over there, everything else is possible. Then you can do whatever you want with it. It's getting it over there that's going to be prohibitive. So. Oh, wow, you kids, you're so crammed in here. You're all just crammed in, packed in. Oh man, the hot tub. I drained the hot tub. My plan is to just sort of like mothball the hot tub and leave it until I'm ready to think about it, maybe next year sometime. So I just want to make sure it's going to be okay sometime next year. So I drained it, but to winterize a hot tub that you're not using, you have to get all the water out of like the pump and stuff. And the manufacturer of the hot tub has specific directions on how to do that make perfect sense and match up with the generic directions that you'll find online for how to do that. And I've opened up the panels on the hot tub 3 times now, and every time I do, I look in there, it's nothing at all like what it describes online. There's no pump that I can find. There must be another access panel somewhere that I can't locate. So I finally gave up, and I started calling around. I'm like, I'll just have a pool person come out and winterize this thing. And the first people I called, they're like, no, we don't service that model. Good luck. So then I went straight to the manufacturer's site, like, okay, who does service it officially for the manufacturer? And the closest people are 2 hours away. I'm like, that's going to cost way too much to have somebody drive 4 hours just to shut down our hot tub. Like, there's no way. Chances are there's somebody locally that will service it, but how am I going to find them is the tricky part. I tried looking around for people that sell them. I can't find anybody that sells this particular brand. At least not with a Google search, but Google's useless these days. It's not an unknown brand either. It's marquee, they're popular.